There is a reel of footage that fellow conspiracy theorists David Percy and Bart Sibrel managed to come across. Having watched the video in its entirety, the two have come up with their own conclusions that the Apollo 11 crew aboard were staging the photography of lunar approach.
It's floodlight. Now we're coming in. Can't quite make out who that had. Yeah, hello there, sports fans. You got a little bit of me, plus Neil's in the center couch, and Buzz is doing the camera work this time. Roger. It's a little dark now, 11. Maybe a bigger f-stop might help. To sit in. The zero G is very comfortable, but after a while you get to the point where you sort of get tired of rattling around and banging off the ceiling and the floor and the side, so you...
In addition to their findings, I would like to acknowledge my own. The reel of footage has been shot over a period of 3 days and is slated and dated in Greenwich Mean Time, courtesy of the Goldstone tracking station. The first portion of the video is dated as being shot on July 18th, Greenwich Mean Time, between the hours of 1:15 AM and 1:30 AM. Keep that in mind. Here is a clip from it.
Hello, Apollo 11. Houston, Goldstone says that the TV looks great. Over. Sure. Okay, Roger, we're dropping in on Earth. Hello, Apollo 11. Houston, did you copy? Over. Yeah. Roger, we copied that, Charlie. Roger, your transmissions the last couple of times have been about 2 by, over. Okay, how do you read me now? Right, you're 5 by now. Okay, we're zooming the lens on in to let just about fill the monitor. Roger.
Remember, NASA says this was shot at 1:15 in the morning on July 18th Greenwich Mean Time. Or was it? When I was innocently browsing through archived newspaper prints, I came upon evidence that predates the slate. On July 18th, 1969, the West Australian released this newspaper. The front page article reads, "Apollo soars past the halfway mark." Before they went to sleep, about 2 hours earlier than scheduled yesterday, the astronauts sent back to Earth an unscheduled 16.5-minute telecast showing the multi-hued Earth receding in the wake of their moonship. The telecast was made nearly 60,000 miles out in space. The Earth appeared as a big blue, green and white orb against a background of black. America was clearly visible. Note how they say that the broadcast was made the day before, a la July 17th Australian times, and the video sent back itself was unscheduled. Western Standard Time, the time zone used in Perth, Western Australia, is 8 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. So if the atomic clock the Goldstone tracking station used to date the previously shown reel holds true, this means the shooting of the video began at 9:15 in the morning, Western Standard Time. On page 16 of the same newspaper, a still shot from the aforementioned telecast appears prominently, and the caption given reads, "The first picture sent back from Apollo 11. It shows the Earth from 60,000 miles away." As you can see, the television freeze frame printed in the West Australian is from the same video I showed you earlier.
We can clearly see the western coast of North America, the United States, the San Joaquin Valley, the High Sierras, Baja California, and Mexico down as far as Acapulco and the Yucatan Peninsula, and you can see on through Central America to the northern coast of South America, Venezuela and Colombia. I'm not sure you'll be able to see all that on your screens down there. Roger, Neil. We just wanted a narrative such that we can, when we get the playback, we can sort of correlate what we're seeing. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute! Because the newspapers are put on sale at around 8 AM, then this means that the West Australians saw the shelves 1 hour and 15 minutes before the video they took a still from was even shot. Remember, the article itself says that the video in question was shot yesterday, as in July 17th. So when does the West Australian print their newspapers? I call to ask.
Hello, I have a question about your newspapers. Yeah, when exactly do they go into print? What time of the day?
Well, the general start at night time is 8:30, 9 o'clock.
8:30 p.m.?
Well, at 9 p.m. midweek and 8:30 on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
But we do start to actually print the weekend editions, the inserts, like the motoring section, real estate, and progressively from Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And they get put together.
So if a newspaper came out on say July 18th, it was actually printed on July 17th. Is that correct?
It started at the night time. The evening was July 17th. Yes.
Okay.
And obviously, in some states, not in Perth, but they do have afternoon editions of papers, I believe. So, and certainly in the UK, they have afternoon editions, which would be printed during the day and updated constantly.
Yeah, and this starts at around 9:30. Did you say?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
For the West Australian in particular, because we do have quite a wide area to distribute to.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have later deadlines on a purely a city-based. Melbourne or Sydney may have later deadlines. In terms of they don't have the vast area to distribute, we actually have to fly papers up to the north.
Okay. Alright, well thanks, that's all I need to know, thank you.
Okay then, bye-bye.
Bye.
So if the newspaper was printed at 9 PM on July 17th Western Standard Times, this corresponds to 1 PM that day in Greenwich Mean Time. The telecast would evidently have to have been recorded at least 12 hours and 15 minutes earlier than NASA said it was recorded. The Goldstone tracking station is located in California, which uses Pacific Daylight Times, typically 8 hours behind Greenwich. If the telecast was made at 1 PM July 17th Greenwich Mean Time, this corresponds to 5 AM July 17th Pacific Daylight Times.
Okay, my comments were from Goldstone that they see no white spots as we saw in 10. Looks like the AGC is working real well. The F-22 looks good, over. Okay, very good. Well, we shut out the sun coming in some of the other windows into the spacecraft, so it's looking through the number 1 window, and there isn't any reflected light right now, so it ought to be a pretty good picture. Roger.